G'day, I'm Ben from Catch Pro Australia, and this is Lawn Care Skull Sessions with my co-host, the Bearded Lawnsman. BJ, what's going on? How are you?
Booyah! Oh, buddy, what has been happening?
A little bit of everything. Obviously, we've had some personal stuff going on.
What a wild fucking time.
Carried on for quite a while, to be honest now.
I know, I got a bit over it about a month ago, so it just kept rolling.
Yeah, I mean, my family had COVID, and it really wasn't that bad. We had the kids home from school, and that's one thing.
Yeah.
But the issue was that it's too much of a risk for you to come in or for us to be near each other.
Yeah.
With Ella. So even though I wasn't positive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We still had to, and we soldiered through that. But then I got crook.
Yeah, you thought you were past it. You thought you were out of the danger zone.
And you know what? I was so fucking proud of myself.
Yeah.
Because years before this, I guess when my kids were much smaller, I would get sick all the time.
Yeah.
And I used to have a motto, and my motto was, "I don't have time to get sick."
Yeah.
That's when I was on the tools, and as I got older, your shit changed, and I had pneumonia.
Yep, that was bad.
Well, I thought I was gonna fucking die, to be honest.
Yeah.
Now, catch everyone up.
Well, so Ella got out of hospital, and we thought we were like, yeah, we're on the up and up now. And the day she came out of hospital, I had a weird feeling in my throat, and it turns out that I've had pneumonia for a couple of weeks, and I've just been pushing it back. I haven't had a day off. I just kept working through it. Excuse me. But yeah, they think it might actually be Legionnaire's disease. I'm literally, after I finish here, I'm heading to the doctors to get the blood test results. But yeah, apparently Legionnaire's comes from potting mix or mulch. And we all know what fucking season it is right now. It's mulching season.
Fertilizer too.
Yeah, or dirt, or just dirt. So, it looks like it's time for Uncle Beach to fucking wear a snoot everywhere and just keep those particles out of my lungs.
That's it. Obviously you still got a little bit of sickness, but you're kind of on the repair a little bit.
Apologies if I'm coughing some parts through this. People have been like, "Where's my fucking podcast?" I'm like, man, I want to do it as bad as you want to hear it, because this is my little time out. And
we had, we probably could have done one, but so, especially with the tail end of me, I've been okay. I've been, sort of working, but I've been getting really strange migraines.
Yeah. And
this was my first time having COVID. I didn't, great news was that my lungs have been fantastic.
Yeah. That's good.
So, and the aches and pains were really, I'm kind of an achy person.
Yeah.
But the migraines, man, that's when it's all over.
Yeah. I'm very lucky. I think I've had one migraine in my entire life. I think I'm really lucky, touch wood.
It's funny, and, I think I was talking to Rob Shearer, and he said, "Mate, I've never had one." And if you read the description of a migraine, it says they're debilitating, and you can't, even the sound of my own voice was just fucking me up.
Yeah.
And when I was punching the rivets, it was just bang, ba-bang, 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 bang, bang.
Oh.
And it was just, but anyway, what the issue was, usually if I have a migraine, a 1 hour nap with some Aspro, and I could be okay. I get a little bit rim rocked, but
because you're prone to getting migraines.
Yeah,
anyway.
And you know what sucks too? One of the twins, Macy, she gets migraines, and it's fucking awful. She's only 9.
Yeah.
And it's fucking awful. You see her just all, munted, and you're just man.
Yeah.
So I believe I inherited from my mother's side.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, fucking is what it is. So what else is new, pal?
Man.
We'll get to some topics for all of the. So essentially, we're just going to shoot the shit on this episode.
Yeah, this is a shoot the shit episode.
Catch everyone up on a bunch of different topics, and maybe some news and bits and pieces.
Yeah.
But before we get there, what else has been happening with you? How you traveling with work?
Pretty good, man.
Pre-season, etc.
Got myself me whips rams today for the new addition for the truck. very happy about that. And actually, this just goes to show dealer relationships are super important. Oh, your fucking lung busters are all sticky.
Fucking mincing me venties right now.
Oh no.
Anyway,
should have got some Talios.
No, that's blasphemy.
But yeah, like I just headed down to my local husky dealer just because I had a QC 500 that shat itself, and he said, you know, when they come in, come down and see me.
Can you just catch everyone up to what the hell a QC 100 is?
Oh, sorry. A QC 500 is like a quick charger. So it's like the
brand?
The Husqvarna.
Fucking hell, man. You just
I said Husky, so Husky dealer. But yeah, so I took it down there.
Sausage.
Yeah, sausages. And yeah, he had one out the back, and while I was there, I was just saying, you know, I've got to get these whips sorted, like these ramps. And he's like, oh, I've got a set right there. And now these are fucking ramps that are like I rang them and they're like, yeah, there's a 4 week turnaround, and I was like, oh fuck, like I really left it too late. My local dealer's just got a fucking set sitting there, brand spanking.
Nice.
He said, you want to buy them?
That's
I was like, fucking oath, bro.
That's mad.
That's Luke at Victoria Point Mower Centre. He's a good rooster, that guy.
Yeah, he's a Catch Pro dealer too, so he's pretty cool.
I've seen him down there.
I reckon if I was still in the game, I mean, I don't know how those whips ramps would really work with the truck, because my Ram, because it's not about the ramps so much, it's more about the fastening of the ramps. Like you've got to sort of, you know.
Yeah, well,
but I'd fucking love to have, but then in the tailgate,
yeah, that's true.
You'd have to jig something up, but man, I'd love to put the fucking Skag
in the back.
Driving around town in my Ram truck. Don't believe me, get fucked.
It would be good. So I can't wait to fucking load up that truck, hey. It's I put the trailer on it for the first time the other day. It tows like a fucking dream, but Clever Clogs BJ didn't realise how close the tow ball actually sits, and I thought it actually came with an extendable tow ball setup. So I pulled the pin out, went to pull it out to... Fucking thing's got a shorter dick than I do, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's not the end. That was just a fucking oversight. But
actually, I was just thinking while we're freestyling, I believe Brian from Brian's Lawn Maintenance.
Oh yeah.
He did a promo with some fucking awesome
Rhino. I think they're Rhino.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we get them here.
I think we get a similar thing, but you can set your level and you can set your depth as well.
Yeah, you can set the level with mine. That like I just bought one from fucking Repco or something.
Yeah, I think I'll just.
And I can't say it's fucking amazing or anything, but I needed one that I could set because the truck is pretty high.
Yeah.
And you can flip it upside down and then get more levels.
Yeah. Well, actually,
more height.
The truck is lower than the Hilux. Which I was like, well, the towing system is lower.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But that truck pulls that trailer beautifully. It's a heavy trailer, it's fully loaded, and it fucking pulled it like a dream. So really happy with the way that's turned out, even though it's probably not going to have the trailer on it.
I mean, you might do it. You might have it like if you need to carry multiple mowers,
that's
or
it.
You know, you've got the boys doing the poity.
Yeah, the boys will. But
in
the boys keep
summer.
asking me about the poity. They keep saying we want to get on it too, and you know what? Like I like keeping things fun, and if they want to jump on, we'll just smash it out in a day. I guess Big Papa will let them come with me.
Yeah, I mean, if you got the machines to do it, right?
That's it, and yeah. We should have the machines. Hey, before we go any further, just a shout out to Tiffany Sullivan and her family. Her daughter is suffering from, I'm not sure if it's long COVID, but it's complications due to COVID. And there's a GoFundMe on the LMCA page. It's a shit gig, man. I know how shit it is being in a hospital now. She's not improving as fast as everyone would hope. They said that it's quite a rare thing that's happened to her, and if everyone can cruise over and just donate something to them, because I'm lucky I had the boys working, but they're both in hospital with her, and it's a fucking hard gig, man, especially when you're a business and if anyone can spare like some $1 go and throw them in the GoFundMe.
What I would probably try and suggest is, I mean, we get roughly 500 listeners. We get 1,000 listeners roughly per week over 2 episodes. So we might have like, say, 500 listeners.
Yeah.
I know that they only needed to raise 2.5, and when I looked at it, they were already at 1,500.
Yeah.
If everyone could just go and donate $2, that'll get them there.
Yeah.
And it'll make a world of difference to that family. So
huge. And I really hope she gets better soon. It's a shit thing having kids in hospital.
And it's all about all of us contributing to this community. So I'm not sure if you listen, Tiffany. However, you know, we're prominent members of LMCA, and you're there and you reached out. So if everyone can, just, I mean, look, GoFundMe, I'm not like, you know, I think I've donated once or twice to them. It's more of a pain in the ass to fill out the form than it is to part with the 50 or $100.
I know.
So if you do have a minute there, don't be like me. I donated, by the way, but
I didn't know that you can actually opt to not donate to GoFundMe. Lou's like, why the fuck did you give GoFundMe money? Why didn't you just give them the money? I was like, I didn't know.
That sounds like something I would bloody do.
Fucking GoFundMe, you bastards.
We'll push on. We've got a couple of reviews here. Now, we haven't read any reviews in a long time.
May as well just start at the top, and work backwards.
Yeah, but we do just want to note, I'll leave this to you, BJ. We've got something coming.
Yes, so
that we can send out. We might run like a small time comp.
Yeah, so I haven't received them yet, but in the works, Skag Australia, those legendary people that I love so very much, they've hooked us up with 5 of the mowing simulator games for PS5, I think. PS5 or PS4? I don't know. I haven't got them yet. I'll update once I get them. But they should be with me in the next couple of days. If one's open, I do have a PlayStation, so you might get a used one. But
well, I mean, I'm not typically a gamer. I don't even have a console, but it's pretty cool. I did reach out to Corey at one time and was like, we fucking should try and get the Catch Pro in this game. And I think like he's not a gamer.
Yeah.
You know, I can't imagine him doing anything except for either working or pumping iron.
Yeah.
And he didn't really respond to it, but it'd be fucking cool.
That would be cool.
To add a bagger in there.
Yeah, so huge thanks to Skag Australia for that. That's awesome. And I can't wait to see what they're like and see what kind of competition we can come up with. We haven't really thought about anything, but we'll figure something out.
It'd probably be centered around some review system.
Yeah,
or,
something like that.
Maybe we'll even just fucking pick one of our loyal listeners and flick them a game or something.
Yeah. Speaking of competitions, the LMCA competition, didn't that go wild? Massive congratulations to Michael. He won the Skag.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure that was the pick for most people. That was a fucking really desirable prize. But who got the Catch Pro stuff?
Guy by the name of Matthew King.
Nice.
And his entry was funny too, because even though it was a random draw, because I didn't read through all the entries, because obviously there was some fabulous prizes there. So if you were in the Catch Pro pool, you probably had a really high chance of winning. I think there was only like 50 entries as compared to say 450 for the Skag. But his comment was, I'd love the Defender racks so that when I rock up at me local tip, I don't look like the only kook in town. Which was really cool because, you know, we loved hearing stories about people seeing our products out there. Because locally, you know, I see them from time to time, but not that much.
Yeah. I see them a bit now. I see them a bit more, and more people come and hit me up about them. When I'm in the big rig with the Hilux, every time I'm at the dump, I'm fucking handing out a Catch Pro card.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I am just not on the road that much, but definitely wanted to say once again, huge thanks to everyone that entered. Huge thanks to all of the, suppliers that put up prizes. Yeah. So there was Cox, Ego, Bush Ranger, Skag, Plant Doctor might have been amongst it.
Yeah, Plant Doctor was
and so...
Catch Pro.
And Catch Pro. And it goes to show that those suppliers are really, engaging in the market.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's pretty cool. Now, shall we get to these reviews, brother?
So we have a 5-star. It says, "Hi Ben and BJ, I'm Hudson Summers from Tasmania. I do some lawn mowing and doing a Cert 2 in horticulture at TAFE. I love listening to your podcast when I'm mowing and in other horticulture areas." So he must be a young dude. That's pretty cool.
That's cool, yeah.
He said, "What are your favourite seckies?" Mine are Wolfgarten RR4000. Do you use this still combi petrol? You used to use the combi, didn't you?
I used to use still and the combi units, but man, I've said it, now, like I'm just not messing with petrol on any level anymore.
Yeah. He says, "I have a KM 94, but I don't love it."
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I had, this is almost going back 10 years, with, me using still.
Yeah.
So, I think with emissions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In terms of secateurs, now I'll tell you, apologies. I bought like $100 Felco is the brand.
Yep.
And because, especially me and Rusty, our secateurs were like, they'd stay on us when we were working. And, I bought, $100 pair of those Felcos, and I wasn't that impressed. But I had bought like a $24 pair, couldn't even tell you the brand. And man, they've been gangster as, and I've still fucking got them.
What colour are they?
They're like a red and blue.
Oh, I was going to say.
But they're like hell sun bleached now, man.
Yeah.
Like you look at them and you're like, it just looks like a fucking old cum rag. That's what it reminds me of.
Fuck it out.
Like it just looks like thrashed out, But, good quality spring.
Yeah.
Comfy handles. And the cutting power, it is what it is.
Yeah. Did you ever fuck with any of the battery seckies?
No, but some of you might have seen on my social media, I went on a fucking shopping spree the other day. Now, I had been using Bosch power tools.
Yep.
And Ezito.
Yep.
And I have never had a huge range because, people think I'm a really handy guy, but I know what I know, and I'd love to know more.
Yeah.
But I had always wanted to transition to either Makita or Milwaukee, and the two biggest reasons was the product range.
Yeah.
The product range is so fucking extensive.
Didn't want to go for Ryobi?
Well, Ryobi and DeWalt.
They've got a new HD line coming out. They've released it in America, and I think there's a few bits and pieces here.
So what my issue was, Milwaukee, DeWalt, Makita and AEG were always the four brands that I was really looking to invest in, just because they are more commercialized brands.
Yeah.
And that product line, you can tell that those brands are very invested. Man, they're fucking bringing out, I think Makita has a coffee maker, fucking...
Yeah.
Just...
Anthony Hahn's got that coffee maker, I think.
There's just so much fucking useful shit that you can buy. Anyway, the reason why I needed to upgrade some of my shit is obviously I bought this house and, we're just doing bits and pieces, not full-on building, but I needed reasonable quality tools that, I needed an orbital sander and some other shit like that, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going for it. What was the point of the story, dude?
Your fucking shopping spree.
Yeah, but how do we get here again? Oh, the powered seckies.
Yeah.
Okay, I love how I went around the block 3 times to get across the road, eh?
It's all good, you hear?
So I saw on Instagram B&B Lawn Care.
Yeah.
He's been doing some Milwaukee stuff. There must have been either a road show or an event.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, they would replace your loppers.
Oh, hand seckies would replace them.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Are they pretty beefy though?
They're beefy, yeah. But they're fucking man, if you You could fucking cut off a kid's hand with that.
You take that fucking, if you were a rabbi or something, you'd get one of those for your foreskin jobs.
Oh, dude, you'd like, seriously, if you were going to cut a foreskin with this, it'd be like schmicko.
Like a knife through butter.
Yeah, you don't even need to stitch that.
Like a knife through foreskin.
You just fucking get a little bit of a heat gun and just melt the excess around.
Well, I hear Milwaukee's got one of them too.
So yeah, anyway, I went on my shopping spree and I got a bunch of shit. The problem, I spent more than what I had to, because when I'm building the Catch Pro, I need a drill with a 5mm, and then when I put the handles on, I got like a bat and screw tip. Then I got, I need a 10mm for something else, and I don't like changing the tools.
Did you go overboard? Did you just get a little bit of a frenzy?
So I got an impact driver, then I got a right hand impact driver, and the point of it is so that I could have all me little bits, so that when I get on a rampage, I could just grab a tool and use it.
Yeah,
it's a little bit like I used to do the same thing in my mowing business. I always had combi units, but I always had them dedicated.
Yeah. So
now, if I needed to swap out, I could.
Yeah.
But I always had, I had like say 3 multi tools, and I'd have a saw, a hedger, and a bip dip.
Yep.
And, so like it's excessive, but it just meant I could grab a fucking tool and just go for it.
Yeah, fair enough.
And if you're doing hedge reductions and stuff, sometimes it's good to have a pole saw and a hedge trimmer.
Yeah.
Clicked in, so that you can cut your line, and if you got like a fucking alfalfa somewhere, you can get the hedger and hit that.
I feel you, dude. I got too many of everything on the one rig. I got to fucking cut down a little bit. So, well, that's good, man. Did you have fun? A bit of retail therapy is good.
Look, I believe that, and it satisfied me. The only bit of a letdown was that I'm waiting on my Catch Pros. So I haven't had like a huge...
I thought all your shit was so super clean, all lined up nice and ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, like I'm literally like so prepared for this next production run. So yeah, it has been I guess I've messed with it, but like I haven't got into full work mode yet.
Just sit there, just meow 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 meow.
A little bit. Rusty was over yesterday. I got him to do a wheel bearing for me.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what's that? And what's this? And he's I could use that for that. So he got to play around with it.
Oh no.
But not so much.
Did you fucking grease him up?
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's a fucking grease.
He did it. I had a tub of grease there. He was getting amongst it.
Oh, that's good. We got it done. Anyway, back to the reviews. We got one from Cole, episode 58. Mad listening to 3 hours. Keep up the good work. We got another one from Fernscapes. So this is Uncle Turtle, isn't it? Fernscapes is Uncle Turtle.
I don't know. I just know him as Turtle.
Yeah. It says, I'll blow this up. It is awesome episode, Mr. Hoover and Mr. Bearded Lawnsman in regards to bad habits. There's a time and place for everything, and as a good old saying goes, monkey see, monkey do. Fair enough. Thanks, Turtle Man. The way you present yourself and your quality care that you put into your work will set the pattern for your employees to follow, and will show to your clients or prospective clients that they can rely on you and feel safe with you doing the job that they require. Sidebar, Penny, if you're looking to get turtles, I'm a big turtle and I'd be happy to move and occupy your water feature / enclosure.
That is the Turtle Man.
It is the turtle.
How funny would it be just walking down the stairs and just seeing Turtle just sitting?
All I can see is there's a Wiggles episode, because I've seen all of them where Captain Feathersword is a turtle. Sorry, man. What else has been happening, mate? I got some big news. I don't know if I want to give it to you yet, though. I did get to see Will when you had COVID. So poor Will, this fucking guy.
Will from Rosebud, I tell you, he cannot come to Brisbane again.
Every time he comes to Brisbane, someone is sick or in hospital or fucking both.
So if he comes to Brisbane, we now have a 50% chance of getting bedridden.
I know, it's fucked. And not to mention, he came up and we had dinner, we had a few drinks, had a few laughs, and then all of a sudden, like, I'm having like a little mini asthma attack. I'm like, I don't feel too good. And then next day, I'm off to the doctors and they're like, oh yeah, you got fucking pneumonia, bro. I'm like, oh, okay. So I don't know if Will's bringing shit up with him or what's going on. I'm sorry, man. He really did come up to party with us.
He came up just to shoot an episode with us because he, unfortunately BJ couldn't make the first one.
Yeah. I'm sorry, dude. You poor bugger.
Anyway, on to your news.
Is anyone else getting their passports ready to go to the US in a couple of days? I mean, months.
Me.
Not you? Well, I am because I'm off to GIE.
Well done.
Yeah, boy.
That's going to be amazing. Like, that would be an amazing experience. I definitely should go. I just honestly, even when I'm not that busy, I just feel like I'm just so, I couldn't imagine putting everything down for, you need a minimum of a week.
Yeah.
Even if you're going there just for the show.
Well, I'm going for 2, so I'm not going to GIE for 2.
No.
Obviously, I'm going with my Skag family from Skag Australia. Rob and Duncan, they were good enough to invite me to come along, and we were waiting to see. Ella was supposed to have an operation when GIE was Equip Expo, I should call it. Fucking GIE. But yeah, so she was planned to have an operation, and they've reviewed her and said that she's okay, and that might get pushed next year now. So I put my hand up. I said, hey guys, if there's still a spot for me, I'd love to go. And they were like, we'll fucking make it happen. So yeah, really excited, man. It's a long time, like 2 weeks I'm going to be away. But it's going to be such a good experience. And it's just going to be a cool bunch of people doing some cool things. I get to hit the Skag factory. And obviously the GIE is going to be fucking out of control.
And I mean, look, for me, it would be more, the equipment is one thing, and I think that would be amazing. But obviously the networking.
Yeah.
Not that really crosses over to, say that many Australians, but it would be cool to meet, like a Brian or a B&B and, a few other, Dirt Monkey, he'd be great.
Yeah, definitely.
It'd be interesting just to see what they're actually like in real life too. Like, are they actually nice or are they just like big shots?
And it's going to be funny too because I feel like I've kind of met them already because we've done podcasts with Corey and Brian, and
Brian probably still doesn't know who the fuck we are.
I'll just walk up and be like, Brian, grab him on the cock and be like, whoa, who's this Australian fool? He's just a big goof. I'll be like, hey, Brian, remember me? And he's like, no. Maybe he doesn't listen.
So, no, he doesn't listen, mate.
No, but I'm really excited. There's tons of things to see. There's actually going to be some cool things. There's heaps of new things coming out from Skag, and I can't wait to bring those home.
Just fucking assume that you're getting shit.
No, like bring home the information, because obviously they get all the good info straight up, and I hear dribs and drabs of it, but obviously I can't say anything until like it's fact. So I fucking can't wait to go over there. I'm hopefully going to do I definitely am going to take tons of video, and I'd love to hear if anybody wants me to look at anything closely. I'm definitely going to be hanging around the Skag stand a fair bit. There's some new stuff coming out from them that I'm really interested in.
Chicks.
I'm full chick magnet.
I'd just be going to look at chicks, eh?
Yeah, because there's tons of them at the yeah.
There would be.
Was there? Really?
Yeah, I guess. I reckon there would be.
Oh, okay.
Fucking sales reps and shit.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, like, come have a look at this and let's pash.
Yeah, well, there's going to be some passion going on. I'm definitely going to... If Corey will let me get close enough, if his bodyguards don't get me, I'll get him. I'll give him a peck. Peck, he tried to stay on deck.
In other news, I do just want to take a minute. I had made some comments on one of our episodes, and for me it was kind of just shooting the shit, but I did want to just set the stage clear, just because I had some people that maybe were a little bit pissed or maybe wished I wasn't so careless with my comments. But I had made a comment about the Power Up Lawn Care distribution, mayhem that went on. And basically what actually had happened was Hustler Mowers got bought out by Stanley Black & Decker.
Yep.
We know that. Now, we sort of knew internally, but we didn't break the news because PLP basically had asked me, hey Ben, we'd probably prefer it if you didn't, even though it's public knowledge, we'd probably prefer it if you didn't say anything right now because we don't want our dealers to go into a frenzy. We just need to get that bit sorted first. Now, we respected that, and when I say we, like, this has got nothing to do with BJ. However, there was tons of rumours going around that, maybe Power Up Lawn Care was going to try and steal Skag. And there was a lot of those rumours, but, a lot of it was probably mostly bullshit. Anyway, I had made a comment that Skag had reached out to the Australian distributor, which I don't believe I was ever stating as a fact. I just said it. It did piss some people off at Skag, so I just want to set the stage clear that, it was just something I said, and that, International Mowers, obviously we got Mr. Skag sitting here. BJ and International Mowers do a fantastic job with their dealer network, with their customer support, the brand itself. And so, my comments, I basically want to withdraw. I mean, look, we say dumb shit all the time, right?
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that...
You said cum rag earlier.
It's unfortunate too, like, when we're shooting the shit, it's just you and me.
Yeah.
And we forget that we're talking to, like, a couple of thousand.
Yeah.
Like, we've almost got 50,000 downloads
Yeah,
now.
that's it.
And so, sometimes, you can say shit and, it takes a minute to get back to you, like, oh, fuck, maybe I should have said that.
Yeah, maybe I should have said that. And look, it's a quick time, like, turnaround. So today's Wednesday. I'm going home. Actually, I'm going to the doctor's, going home, cut this up, post it. Takes like 7 hours to get it on YouTube. Takes a couple of hours to get it up on Buzzsprout and get all the fucking shit sorted. So I don't have time to go back through and listen.
We don't edit. The only time that we ever edit something is if we say accidentally something racist, sexist, or that's probably about it, right?
Yeah, we're pretty cool with everything else.
So, by the way, we're not racist.
Yeah.
But
I don't think we've ever had to fake anything out. But no, if we say anything that we think was like, oh, that was a stupid thing to say, that's the only time I've edited. And I think we've only edited one episode.
I had a whoopsie once, but we're not going to go there. But
because even now I don't edit the C-bomb. Like, I just...
Nah.
It is what it is, man. We are who we are. Whatever.
So, in saying that, Skag's stronger than ever. There's tons of stuff coming in now, right? Like the flow of machines
starting to pick up.
So that's all great. And around GIE is when you get to see all the new mad shit.
Fuck yeah.
And Australia is just nowhere, like, we're not as far behind as what we used to be.
Yeah.
So in other news, back to the PLP side of things, the Graveleys are starting to land.
Yep.
It's been a long time since Gravely had a reasonable presence here. Say 10 years ago when All Power had it, Gravely was like a household brand.
Yeah.
I don't believe that the brand has really, lost a step, but it's had poor representation.
Yeah. I feel like it really hasn't. Well,
and it's still early days. It's still early days,
yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to seeing that brand back in shops. And so, I think that'll be pretty cool. Like, if you've got a Gravely dealer near you'll be able to go check out full lineups now, which, hasn't really, no one's really had that opportunity for a while.
Yeah.
BJ.
Yeah.
I have some news that I heard, and I mean, people have been sharing this stuff, and but anyway, there is a 70% chance of a repeat of the 1974 floods in Brisbane this upcoming summer.
Whoa.
That is fucked.
That's so fucked.
Not only is it fucked for all the contractors in Queensland, because, well, when I say Queen, I probably don't mean that. It's kind of like southeast Queensland, but then everyone in northern New South Wales gets fucked over as well, because that shit just flows downstream.
Yeah. And look, up north, like they're used to getting crazy rain, but, you know, it does come to a point where they still flood. But fucking hell, Benny, you're a bit, arsehole a bit tight.
Well, I've kind of, I bought this house knowing full well what I was getting into.
Yeah.
I am very confident. Everyone might be fucking coming back at me later. Yeah. I'm really confident that the water is not going to come in my house.
Yeah.
But I could get up to a metre of water on my property.
Yeah.
So we'll see. If I'm just having a look around just where we're sitting right now, if we were to get the same amount of water that came in here in February, I'd be fucked.
You got a lot of stuff.
But look, I wasn't bringing it up so much about my house. It's about those struggles that we all went through, because I was still mowing last summer.
Yeah.
And it's just bullshit trying to get the machines on, and
everything's filthy, everything's wet, and everything stays wet for so long.
Like even your boots and so much stuff. Like,
we need the temperatures but when you get weeks of rain, you never get enough heat to draw that moisture out, and we've had plenty of rain. Like, we got fucking hammered last night.
Well, we got hammered last night, but it's a very windy day today, and I would probably assume that a lot of that is probably going to neutralise that moisture.
Yeah. I hope so. I mean, my driveway's fucked. Like, when we moved in, so we've got two levels of our driveway. So we've got a cement one down the bottom, and then there was just like it was a grassy landing pad for where my wife parks her car. That's all been fucking washed away. So we're just waiting until we can get the funds to just pull that up and probably do similar to what you've done out the side with the road base and or was it crushed granite?
Yeah, so I put the decomposed granite.
Yeah, and then
DG is what the pros call
we'll put the DG, like I'll build a little border and put the DG there.
Yeah, now
I work that drainage out though.
Yeah, and then I put like a 30 mil natural river rock over the top, because that granite water will sit on top.
Yeah.
But now I've got like maybe almost 100 mil.
Yeah.
Before I'll see water. That is gonna not matter if the water starts coming from that creek though.
Yeah, well hopefully they can fucking clean that, get that cleaned out before the rains come.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. But what I wanted to talk to our listeners about, regardless of whether you're in Brisbane or it doesn't matter where you are, like Australia is going to be hit with this La Nina, right?
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
El
Nino.
El
Nino.
Not La? No, whatever. Anyway, the wet one.
Yeah.
How is everyone going to prepare?
Yeah.
Are we... are some people maybe looking at tweels for their mowers? Are we investing in fucking
tweed fucking mowers that won't fucking sink?
No, different. I'm having a memory blank. What's the fucking thing to pull your mowers out?
Oh, winches. Yeah,
winches.
Get a winch.
That's right.
Yeah.
Some mad winches. We don't have anything at Catch Pro, but
no, I would definitely be looking at something for the truck, like the Poity. I'm fucking out there by myself, and I got to get out. Like, man, that's.
I see someone. I can't remember who. Someone mounted one to the front of their machine.
Oh, heaps of people are doing it now. It's a really good idea. Yeah, I don't think it throws the machine out at all because it weighs fuck all. And they're quite inexpensive, and I think they're just held on by U-bolts. It's just something, a little bit of accurate. Well, I checked out the, what are those tracks, the rant?
Yeah,
things.
I mean...
But they're like $250 for a decent set of those fucking things. You may as well just buy a winch. But I guess if you got nothing to hold it.
Well, I guess if you've got nothing to hold... But I mean, if... I don't know how long those winches go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, usually when you're stuck, you only need to pull yourself a meter or two.
Yeah.
So whether or not you can extend their range just to fucking get you out of that.
Depends on the bog. Or you can fucking smash a star picking in as far as you can and fucking hook it up to that, and hopefully that'll fucking just, get you out. But yeah, there's heaps of things, man. Fucking get your raincoats happening, get your rain pants, get some fucking waterproofing for your boots. Dude, I hate the wet.
I think it's going to be the last proper wet. You know, we might get a little bit more wet later on, you know, a year or two down the line, but I think this is going to be the last grossy one.
Yeah.
There's going to be lots and lots of opportunities for work.
Yeah.
You know, I think if you're not prepared, you can potentially miss out on some of that. Because there's going to be contractors that are not going to be able to keep up.
No.
Or they're going to be selective as well.
Yeah.
So there's going to be tons of work out there if you're a new business or if you're just looking to capitalise.
That's it.
So being prepared.
And it's not a dog act either. Like if you see someone falling down and not fucking doing what they should be doing.
Oh yeah, fuck that shit, man. One man's treasure. I mean, we should talk. Actually, you know what? Let's bust out an episode.
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah, let's bust out another episode. We've probably got some stories that we can share. We can definitely look at social media and have a look at some other people's stories. Cool. But maybe let's touch on that for Sunday's episode.
Yeah, cool.
Because I just feel like I just got a fucking chip on my shoulder.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just got it then.
Oh shit, just then. Fuck me.
So just quickly, also BJ. New catalogue out for
Ego, yeah. A couple of people posted on the LMCA page. It didn't even occur to me that they'd be putting stuff out already. I'll definitely be checking them out at the old fucking Equip Expo. Fuck, I really don't like that. I wish they just kept it GIE.
Nah, mate. Yeah, just say whatever rolls off your tongue, mate.
Yeah, so did you see that they've got like a fucking go-kart wheel?
I haven't.
Zero turn.
Look, I haven't checked out the catalogue.
There's a bit of cool stuff. There's a 10-inch. 10-inch? I think it's
10-inch
dick fucking no. I think it's a 10-foot pole hedger.
I can't wait for Ego to bring out a fleshlight,
A fleshlight, like a camping one,
where you can actually plug their battery into it and just.
Green means go.
Yeah.
There's a few cool things. So if you want to look at the new catalogues, that's been posted twice on LMCA. So just type in Ego in the search bar and have a look. There's they did something with the Nexus, you know, the portable battery pack.
Dude, they got heaps of just like, it's a little bit like, say, Milwaukee and Makita, where like they've got stuff that can complement, because you're talking about batteries.
Yeah.
They got like, don't they have like a fucking PowerPoint thing?
Yeah, that's like the Nexus.
Yeah. So like, imagine how cool that shit is.
Yeah, the only thing I was a bit sad not to see was a dedicated commercial pole hedger, because I think that going with the
commercial stipper.
Yeah, I think that they're the two main tools that I use in my business, and I'm sure, like everyone else, there was a new blower in there too. So they've got the blowers covered.
They've got fucking 10,000 blowers.
Yeah, they do have about 10,000.
Like, I don't know how many a fucking brand really needs to have. I can't work out the differences between all of them.
Well, I've got their hand hedger. I've got their commercial hand hedger, and I love that. So I'd really like to see a dedicated commercial pole hedger without that safety trigger on the side.
And also, in case you missed it, there was a thread about someone, had some issues with some Ego equipment. And I mean, I don't know if I'm doing good or bad by even bringing light to this, but I was sort of reading through the comments, and a few people had some issues either with, say, dud batteries or, bits and pieces that go on. And what the issue is that because there's not that much of a dealer network, a lot of this stuff is being purchased from either your Trade, Sydney or Melbourne Tools. They kind of handle contractors a little differently.
Well, in all honesty, it's not going to change if a dealer has it, because a dealer has to go through the same...
A dealer has to go through the same channels, but I do believe, even though I don't think that dealers are the most proactive people, they're probably going to be a little bit more proactive in... So from what I understand, what the hold up and what the issue is, we'll get to the issue first. The issue is that if you buy a brand new machine and let's say you have a fault in the first 1, 2 or 3 months, you're probably thinking to yourself, mate, I just fucking spent whatever X amount on this.
Yeah.
And I really need that machine.
Yeah.
Like I can't have it. And their policy is, no, we look at it, we look to see if it can be repaired. If it cannot be repaired, we will send you a new unit.
Yeah.
The unfortunate thing is, for the operator, you got shit to get done.
Yeah.
And now I did reach out to Baz Crowhurst, who is, the head guy over there, and I said, look, is there anything that can be done, to potentially, maybe get some, not warranty units, but as in replacement units, but at least loaner units?
Yeah.
Something happens to your commercial snipper, take it in, okay, BJ, here's another one, we'll give you a call in 7 days, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of red tape there, but it is something that I think, look, I don't think it's not like you walk into a local dealer and they just fucking give you a replacement machine.
No, you have to be a loyal
Some do.
Yeah, some do, but I think that's another thing. Like one of the first things we talked about this episode was dealer relationship. And I think if you have a relationship with your dealer, he'll feel confident giving you something to loan until that's fixed. I think, so what I was hearing, like a 5-week turnaround, and to be honest, that's not too bad. Like realistically, a 5-week turnaround when all this shit was going on with COVID and that, most of your dealers weren't getting your stuff back 5 weeks anyway.
Yeah, I think the issue, or at least what I see, is it's not even really the turnaround time or anything like that. I think it's more about having a system in place so that if you do have a dud charger or something like that, rather than the consumer being like, well, fuck, how am I going to charge me fucking batteries?
Yeah.
So this is, I'm not trying to slander or do anything to ego.
No, because they're great products. Like I've never had an issue with mine, so... Yeah,
well, the only issue that I've ever had, and I've got a pretty old blower. I bought it like 5 years ago. The only problem that we have is the trigger doesn't work anymore, but it has like a circular button, which is like it holds the throttle down.
Oh, okay.
And if you just give it one click, it starts the blower, then the trigger works fine.
Oh, okay.
And I've never bothered, like you can still use it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to take it in for that. But, someone... If it had happened in the first 3 months, I'd probably be like, well, oh, fuck.
Yeah. My QC500 from Husqvarna, the charger, shit itself, and I just took it in and got a replacement. So, and that, I have had that for a few months. I did actually go in, so it happened maybe a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago, and I did go in, but they had no stock, so...
Yep.
As soon as they had stock...
And I just want to also say that we have the same warranties with Catch Pro.
Yeah.
Like if you buy a Pro Shield and the motor fails at some point, whether it's warranty or not, we have to get that motor back and inspect it, but we don't just immediately send out new products. Yeah. And what Ego came back to me and said is, you have to do it that way because sometimes there's abuse on machines. Someone might have, you don't know, someone might have dropped their machine or a battery in a pool.
Yeah.
And you don't fucking know until you cannot take the consumer for their word.
I'm sure you've had some fucking crumpled Catch Pros that people are like, this fucking thing.
Well, we definitely saw that in the early days.
I remember you showing me a few photos.
But we have been over the years educating our consumers and our audience, and now virtually no one comes to me.
Yeah.
Like if they fuck their catcher, they're pretty much just like,
back
I've
to
already
the post.
I've already heard that Ben guy say, like, just don't even hassle me.
If you
with it.
fucking hit something with it, it voids the warranty.
I tell you what the funniest
It's
one
like
is.
crashing your car and expecting a new one.
I tell you what the funniest thing is with our equipment defender racks.
Yeah.
And when we've sold a shit ton of racks, right?
Yeah.
Now we don't go through the boxes.
Oh, okay.
We don't go because they're all stapled.
Yep.
And once you pull them out of that box, the shit just does not go in the same way.
Yeah.
So we don't inspect any of it. It all gets inspected from factory, comes to us. But every once in a while, someone will buy something and it might be a month or 2 or 3 or whatever, and they'll be like, oh, I didn't get this part. And if anyone owns anything, Equipment Defender, it's all like a molded styrofoam, and everything has its place, and you fucking know if something's missing when you
100%.
open it. And I always say like, it's pretty rare. Like, I mean, we set up all the racks on all of our rigs, all of your rigs, and some other local people. So we've been through the packs, like we know.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, man, I didn't get this. And I'm thinking like, and it's always the fucking engine stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I know what's happening. People are clipping stuff or reversing into it or something. They're damaging it, and they're like, "Nah, man, we never got it." And I gave in and sent some shit out. But it's that type of stuff that these huge brands really are onto.
Yeah.
They're like, "Look, we need to see it. We need to inspect it properly."
Yeah.
And go through those processes.
And look, like a lot of people take the guards off their snippers, and that's one thing. If you don't put your guard on, you don't run a guard, then you void your warranty.
Yeah, but I had said, we all know how much of a sore spot this is for me.
Yeah,
and I've had conversations with all the brands, and I've said, look, I guess it's tiring going back over it, but we know that the guard is there to regulate the carbies and these sorts of things. So if you've got a commercial battery whippersnipper and you take the guard off and the machine is cutting out, that means you're overloading it, right? But when it cuts out, that's there to protect it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Now, I have said, if they go to a 40 amp switch, which I think your Husky, I haven't used it personally. I know Still has it.
Yeah.
The new Bush Ranger stuff has it. And it was one of the things I said to him. I said, guys, you're fucking trooping balls if you think people aren't going to take these guards off. And regardless of whether or not it can be warranted, just put a fucking 40 amp switch in it so that people can do it.
Yeah.
All it's going to do is save you and the customer a fucking bunch of butt hurt in the middle.
Yeah, well, one of the main complaints, not a complaint, but the main comment I hear about battery whippersnippers is cord length. People saying, I can't get my cord to the same length as I would have it on my petrol. So...
Well, look, everyone knows I'm running the domestic spec Bush Ranger, and it's only got a 25 amp switch. So the room for tolerance is much smaller. There's a sweet spot, and your cord is like, I think I'm doing it on camera right now. What would you say that is, like 6 inches?
About a stiff dick length.
A bit. That looks small. Anyway.
I never said it was big.
So anyway, what I've definitely found is, I'm using like a 2.7 cord, but for battery stuff, I've been digging 2.4, which is, I'm telling you, is so far away from where I would have been as a contractor.
Even me, man. I'm on 2.7 and I fucking ran 3.3 for 5 years.
Seriously, like when I was a contractor, and someone like a dealer or just whatever, or if I saw a contractor with 2.4 quart, I'd just be like, but I'm telling you, I'm full digging it with the battery
fucking
stuff.
Gary Ashton put up, what was it? Fucking 2. And I was like, what?
Yeah, no.
The fuck is that?
I would still go back to my old ways and just be like,
you fucking 2.
But 2.4 with the battery stuff, man, it just fucking leaves a nice line. Like, you're going to go through it more.
Yeah.
But that's going to help you achieve closer to that normal length.
Yeah. Normal length.
Yeah.
I don't got that.
These days, mate, I'd never give up any girth for
did
length.
you have bad sick dick?
Not really, man. I was pretty strong.
Fuck, the worst sick dick. I may as well have had a vagina for a couple of weeks.
I've got like this. This is personal, so I don't know what. I kind of have this like theory, like when I'm sick, like get fluids into you and just like keep pissing, keep going to the toilet, like to get the sickness out of you. Yeah. And I don't know if it's right or wrong, but it's kind of the same with like, I don't even want to say it, but it's like, I feel like you just get stuff out of you.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, you're repairing yourself. So, yeah, I'm kind of embarrassed now. Do you don't get it?
Yeah.
You know, like when you kind of crook and you're working and you're just sweating and you you can sort of feel like.
Look, that was my motto. Like this whole couple of weeks, I was like, I'm sweating it out.
But that's what it's like with wanking.
Yeah.
You just like get it out, man.
Get it out. Fuck, mate, you can barely find time for a shit. Never mind a wank these days.
I'll never forget when Rusty was living with me. Like. Obviously because we were around each other a lot and like I'd be the same, like I'd just be like, oh, I need to get the sickness out of me. But like I'll never forget, we were all in the shed at the village one day, and fucking DJ was like, oh, fuck, I'm busting for a piss, and then Rusty's like, yeah, I'm busting for a shit, and I had like just been to the toilet and I just had nothing to say, so I was like, yeah, I'm busting for a cum. And they both just fucking looked at me like, what the fuck?
We're twisted, eh? Fucking hell. I saw you finally got a kiss on Rusty.
Yeah, man, I was reminiscing
you got him
because I don't get to see him barely at all anymore. And I was like going through my videos and I was just like, it's just him working. He must have been working on like a prototype or something. You know, I've just come and got him, for the back. But then yesterday when he was here, I was just like, you're all fucking dead. And he could see it coming from a mile away, and he's like, nah, fuck you, put your camera away. He's just like, nah, you dogs on LMCA, that's all you fucking do.
Kiss.
No, that was quite funny. Anyways, I think we might get ready to put a bow on this one, bro. Come back on Saturday with a real topic. We kind of just shot the shit today.
Yeah, pew.
Get us back in the groove.
Yeah.
So just before we do close, what's the rest of the week like for you? Are you still sort of in that pre-season mode, or are you kind of still plateauing a little?
DJ's away for the next 2 days, so I'm at the village.
Slack bastard.
Oh, I know. And then he's away Monday, so Rusty's going to take that shift for me. But yeah, I think we'll do some mulching tomorrow. We'll do a bit of this, a bit of that.
So not too bad?
Not too bad, man. I think I'm going to keep it pretty cash. I think I'll pull back and I won't really try and take any big stuff on until after the GIE, because I'm going to be away for 2 weeks. The boys will just, have to cover the shit we have now. And I'm sure, like, as it starts to warm up, I've noticed a little tickle in the growth, but I'm sure that there's going to be some phone calls headed my way soon. So, yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, if anyone's ringing Cact Pro at the moment, I got a new phone and I don't have my voicemail set up, and I went to go do it to like record a new like greeting or whatever it is, and it's fucking asking me for a password. And I'm like, what the fuck? Just let me leave my fucking message, man. So
fucking Apple.
Yeah, I mean, people just text me or email me anyway.
Yeah.
Actually, just really quickly before we go, I fucking was just doing some work yesterday, doing my prep stuff. Rusty was out there doing the wheel bearing, and usually my phone is just bing, 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 and with emails and stuff.
Yeah.
And it took me until about 4:00, and I was thinking like, fuck, I haven't got an email in a while, eh? And then I just didn't do anything. And after dinner, I sat down with my computer and I was like, fuck, I haven't got an email since fucking yesterday. And I had thought, geez, we're having a terrible day on the website because I get the orders and I get the emails. So I went on my Shopify and I had a look and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, we done all right. There's a bunch of orders there and, you know, we're pretty much on track. So I'm having a look at why I'm not getting emails. Fucking took me ages, seriously, from 7:30 till midnight. And it turns out I had something like 66,000 emails. And I had no more space for anything else.
So you hadn't been deleting them?
No, so I went...
You didn't set up auto-delete or whatever?
No, I don't do that. So anyway, I'm looking at I'm just going through the Catch Pro inbox and I'm like, man, I can't delete any of this stuff.
Yeah.
I cannot delete, like anytime someone sends me a mower deck or like it all gets archived.
Yeah.
You know, pretty much anytime a customer talks to us or engages with us, we have to keep that because we refer back to it.
Yep.
We can't delete any of the confirmation orders because we need them for our paperwork or whatever the case. So I'm fucking having a look and anyway, it resulted in having to delete all the Skull sessions because it's all on the same Google Drive.
Oh, okay.
And my Greenscape solutions, I was able to, a lot of that shit, whilst I do need a bunch of it still, I still didn't need, you know, so, but fuck me.
Can you pay for extra?
So that was, it had been coming up like, oh, you know, get an extra fucking 20 gig for whatever. And man, I was at the point where I didn't give a fuck what it cost. So I'm doing it. I'm trying to buy like another 200 gig. Sorry, cannot perform this task at this time.
Oh,
yeah, fuck you.
That's fucked.
Before we leave you, I do just want to give a special mention to Wade Love. Wade's a new supporter of the show.
Yeah.
When I say new, a couple months. Always reaching out to us. Very seems like a very caring bloke. Reached out to BJ and myself personally, going through sicknesses, etc. Look, Wade, we don't always, you know, have a minute to just get back to those emails straight away, but definitely appreciate you reaching out. Continue to reach out. We love it. But special shout out to Wade Love.
Yeah.
So until then, I am at Catch Pro. He is at TBL. We are out of time. We'll see you on Sunday morning.
Word. Oh, yeah, my shoulders just cracked there.